Hey guys, Jay Morser Review Guy. This is just a quick thing before the actual video starts. I ran into an issue with this episode of List Week. I had worked very hard. I had a fully edited video just like the rest, probably the one that had the most editing in it, and something was messing with the video file within the video itself, and I couldn't process it correctly. So I had to completely scrap the entire thing and just give the video by itself. So hopefully that doesn't affect you guys, that doesn't bother you guys so much, and I really apologize for this. This is why it's not actually coming out on the day it's supposed to. There really wasn't anything I can do. I tried everything I could to try to get it to work, but unfortunately it didn't. I'm sorry. But I'll talk to you guys next time. Until then, farewell. Ayo, keep it high, keep it tight. It's Jay Morse Review Guy back to bring you another video. And in this one, we're going to be continuing List Week. Sorry if this is coming out a little bit later in the day. Hopefully it is out. And if not, then I was not able to edit it in time, but I'm pretty sure I did. And if so, future me, good job. Anyways. If you are unfamiliar, we are going until this coming Friday, and every day we are talking about a music discussion. It can be a list of genres, bands, just pretty much anything to do with music, opinions, to give you some insight onto my music listening. And I'm going to be honest, I done goofed. The past two videos, the review of Vane's album, Arizona, and the last List Week, which was the strange bands and artists that I listened to. I apologize that the audio was a bit messed up. Hopefully, this is just another thing I gotta do. Hopefully, I can fix that post-edit in Shotcut, the thing that I use to edit my videos. Hopefully, I can fix the audio, so if you are able to hear me clearly, loudly, and just overall good, once again, thank you, future Julian. It's very hot here today. It feels less like West Virginia and more like the Sahara Desert, but we press on. So, if you want, you can go check out the previous 4 episodes of List Week, which would be my top 5 favorite deathcore bands, my top 5 favorite electronic bands and artists, rock and metal bands I can't get into part 2, as well as genres, as well as the top 5 strangest bands and artists that I listen to. So today, that was a mouthful. Today, we're going to be talking about my top 5 guilty pleasures in music. So these are genres, bands, artists, all that good stuff that I personally can get into that you maybe wouldn't think I do. These are unconventional listenings, and I personally think that I have a large repertoire under my belt when it comes to listening to music. I have a lot of genres that I listen to. I have a lot of bands and artists that I listen to, and I don't try to pigeonhole myself into one specific subset, but there's obviously, if you look at the channel, certain genres, certain bands, certain artists that I enjoy more than others. But there's a lot that I don't cover that I do like that you might not think I would like by the kind of just first impression you might get by looking at my channel and looking at the genres and the bands and artists that I review. Anyways, let's get right into the list, and we're going to start it off with, of course, number 5. So number 5 is going to be cloud rap. So cloud rap has such a bad reputation. We're talking about artists like XXXTentacion, who recently met a very tragic end in Miami, shot and killed. You got Lil Peep, who obviously he also died, and it's just, cloud rap in general has a certain very specific type of sound to it that I enjoy. Nothing Nowhere, his song Ruiner, that's my outro song. That's my outro song for the channel, if you didn't know. And I am a big fan of hip-hop and rap, but sometimes listening to cloud rap is just an interesting emotional feeling, and I enjoy it a lot. I think it's fun. I think that it's the type of thing that makes you think, it makes you feel, it makes you get emotional, and I think that no other genre really conveys the emotions such like cloud rap, and I know it gets bad reputation, but I feel like people overthink it for what it is. I just listen to it, and I enjoy it, and I enjoy some of the lyrical themes, and I enjoy the kind of muffly, lo-fi production and singing and rapping and overall composition, the kind of acoustic guitar bits within the instrumental that comes along with these minimalistic instrumentals that feel very lo-fi-ish, very just minimal. and I enjoy the genre of cloud rap. So, moving on from there, number 4, our first lumped in people, we got Rascal Flatts and Blake Shelton. The reason I put them on this list is I'm not a country fan, and I don't try to portray it any other way. Country's not my forte. I'm not a big fan of old country. I'm definitely not a fan of new country if I'm not a fan of old country, because newer country is even more blander, even like more simplistic, more unexperimental than past country music. It's a bit dated in my opinion, bit same old, but these two artists are artists that I can enjoy from time to time, that I own things from, and that I do enjoy. Blake Shelton, I listen to him quite often. I think that he has a cool theme to him. I think that he's not the typical country. Country singer. I think he mixes in quite a few elements that make him unique, make him fun to listen to, and it's the type of thing you don't got to think too much about. You can just listen to it. Same thing for Rascal Flatts. I think that they have some great classics, some great songs, great experimentation and instrumentalism that I just enjoy. And both of them aren't the typical country vocals either. I feel like they're a bit different than a lot of other ones I've heard, and so I had to put them on this list, and I do enjoy them. So, number 3 is going to be Ariana Grande, or Ariana Grande. I've heard it pronounced both ways. So, is Ariana Grande's music glitzy? Is Ariana Grande's music overly poppy? Yes and yes, but at the same time, when I hear songs like Break Free, they're just so upbeat, so happy, so just, I kind of can't help but like the production and like the singing. And Ariana Grande has a great pop voice. I think that compared to a lot of other mainstream pop musicians in the field right now, I think that she has a very cool voice. I think that she is cute as a button. Her personality seems good. Her overall motif is good. She has good themes in her music. They're not the type of things that you would expect on mainstream radio. Some are, some aren't. And she's definitely a mainstream pop artist. But at the same time, there's a reason that she's made her way into the forefront. I mean, I remember her when she was Kat Valentine. Was that her name on the show Victorious? I believe that was on Nickelodeon. And I remember growing up with that show, and I vividly remember her in that show. And it's just kind of funny how she got bigger. But yeah, I really like Ariana Grande. The song Break Free in particular, I go back to that song so much. So, number 2 is one that I don't think is going to surprise anyone, but one that I had to really mention. K-pop. Yeah, I really like K-pop. I like a lot of bands in it. I'm a BTS fan. I'm a Blackpink fan. I'm a SHINee fan. Girls' Generation fan. They're fun. They're really fun. They have so much going behind them, and they are just good listening. I mean, from start to finish, K-pop does something that no other genre can do, and that is just make you feel so upbeat and happy. And the production of their videos and the mixing on their songs are so good, so well put together that I couldn't help but put them on this list because. See, the song Do 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 by Blackpink that came out this year is probably my favorite track of the year in general, and that's funny. But I go back to that. I've listened to that song a good 50 plus times, and their EP Square It Up, that's such a great album, an EP. Forever Young, just like I could die in this moment, forever young. And then that instrumental kicks in. It's just so like, yes! And I am a proclaimed BTS fan. I own 3 of their albums. I really think highly of their albums. I want to do a review of Love Yourself, Her. I'm probably going to do that soon because I've done Tear and I've done Wings. But K-pop is great. And don't even get me started on like the forlorn, soulful R&B music that Korea makes. South Korea makes some amazing R&B, forlorn type of soul music that just really reaches to the heart. It really is fantastic. It really does speak to me. And I like it a lot. And if you read along with the lyrics, South Koreans can make some really good lyricism too. But moving on from there, of course, we're going to be talking about number 1. And number 1 is another kind of overall genre, folk music. I listen to so much folk music. I listen to folk metal. I listen to folk rock. I listen to folk pop. I listen to progressive folk. I listen to minimalistic folk. I listen to emo folk. I listen to lo-fi folk. there's so many genres of folk music, and so many genres draw from folk music. I mean, if especially now in the mainstream, I feel like folk music's getting more of a resurgence. If you think of an artist like Ed Sheeran's gigantic, and yet he infuses folk with his own music, and it works out so well. And I'm not a fan of Ed Sheeran, but I can respect that he's bringing in folk music to a wider audience. And overall, folk music is just something that I really can enjoy. It's a broad genre. It's an explorable genre. It's not one like country that's just kind of pigeonholed down to one thing. Folk is broad. It's a broad subject, and there's so many genres in it that you can't really say you don't like it, because I'm sure there's some genre out there that you would like that has folk in it. So yeah, that is my top 5 guilty pleasures in music. So if you like the video, please drop a like, comment down below, and I'll shout your channel out. Subscribe if you haven't. It helps me out a lot. And share the channel with people. So I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of List Week. Whew, this is getting fun. I really am enjoying List Week. I hope you guys are as much as I am. But anyways, guys, my name is Jay Morse, the Review Guy, and I'm signing off saying farewell.
Oh no, what your mama gonna say when I tell her that I broke your heart? It's just things not the way that they used to be. Oh no, now you crying on the bathroom floor, and I guess it's the end. Well, I lost my mind and I lost my bed.